What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and today I'm here to discuss Amir Khan. As you all know, Amir Khan has a big fight coming up this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand on Showtime, where he will be taking on Devon the Great Alexander in a fight that's huge for both fighters. It's somewhat of a crossroads fight for each guy. A win for either guy propels them to bigger and better things, bigger money fights, bigger name guys in 2015. But Amir Khan, as usual, seems to be distracted by, fighters that, would bring him what he's seeking. Obviously he's talking about Mayweather a lot. If he's not talking about Mayweather, he's talking about Manny Pacquiao. And if you're not talking about Manny Pacquiao, he's talking about Kell, Brook, his fellow countryman. And this video is basically about, him in a recent interview telling the reporter who asked him the question that a potential fight with Kell Brook would be on his terms, and they would have to agree to everything. He would dictate what Kell Brook makes, where the fight would take place, and so on and so forth. But my thing is, why talk about all these potential fights that you could be in when you haven't even got through or, haven't even fought Devon Alexander yet? He's overlooking Devon Alexander. At least it comes off that way, as Devon Alexander is some Carlos Molina. No disrespect to Molina, but he's no Devon Alexander. We know Devon Alexander has had some shortcomings throughout his career, but he's a very talented fighter. He's an A caliber fighter, in my opinion. He can box, good defensive fighter, tough fighter. And if, he comes in with the right mind state and 100% focus, he can beat Khan. I think Khan should not answer any questions about any other fighters except the fighter that he's facing this Saturday night, and that's Devon Alexander. I understand he wants to face, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Kell Brook, make the big money. What fighter doesn't? But he's not in a position to, take an L and then it was just his first loss. He still can be in a position to get those fights. If he takes another L, he can really kiss a Floyd Mayweather fight goodbye. And maybe, potentially kiss a Pacquiao fight goodbye. Brook, that's a fight he could get because, like I said, both of those guys are top UK fighters. Brook is the IBF, welterweight champion. And that's a big fight domestically over there in the UK. But Khan wants to make the big money in America. He wants to be a pay-per-view star, a pound-for-pound top fighter. And in order for him to do that, he has to beat Devon Alexander. And I don't see him doing that if he's not focused. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't been in this camp. I haven't even heard anything as far as to say that he's not been focused and hasn't looked good in camp. But when you constantly hearing him say, well, my current opponent is better than Manny Pacquiao's last opponent, it makes you wonder, is he really 100% focused on Devon Alexander and the task at hand? Because like I said, Devon Alexander is not no scrub fighter. He's a quality fighter who can and will, be coming in to do damage on Khan. They're fighting the main event on Showtime, a big stage. And like I said, this is a crossroads fight for both guys. Put up or shut up. One gonna sink, one gonna swim to the top. And Khan just needs to be best served to just stop talking. Don't worry about a Kell Brook fight. He's undefeated. He's the IBF champ. He's gonna get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get these opportunities. But for as you talking about, you gonna dictate anything with him? Come on, man. You're not in a position to dictate anything with anybody. Doesn't matter if Al Heyman's in your corner or not. You look at your resume. You fought a lot of quality guys, but you've had some bad losses. In fights that, you've looked bad in fights that you shouldn't look bad in. Julio Diaz got dropped, I think, twice in that fight. If it wasn't in the UK, you probably would have lost a decision to Julio Diaz. You lost to Danny Garcia, you lost to Lamont Peterson, controversially, or whatnot. But still, you have to focus on what you have at hand and what you have ahead of you, and not worry about all these other fighters who are not worrying about you. You know, we went back and forth with you being a runner to potentially face Mayweather. Well, how about you just get the victory over Alexander, and then you can see where it go from there. But you don't need to be talking about any other opponent than Devon Alexander, because if you lose, you can kiss all the dreams and aspirations of the big fights down the drain. You're gonna have to start over, you know, and that's what it is. So just focus on Devon Alexander. Stop worrying about Floyd, Manny, and Kell Brook, because that's not going to get you nowhere right now. So that's just my thoughts on Amir Khan constantly talking about other fighters instead of his upcoming opponent. You know, we've seen it in any over history in all sports, not just boxing. When you're overlooking your opponent, bad things tend to happen. Whether you lose, don't look good. You know, just because he wins doesn't mean, you know, he'll get a fight with Mayweather. You know, Mayweather is a businessman. He's looking to secure the best opponent, you know, that would drum up the interest of the casual fight fans as well as the diehard fight fans. And just because Amir Khan is victorious over Devon Alexander doesn't guarantee him a shot at Floyd. Neither does it guarantee him a shot at Manny or whoever. You know, so he has to go out and dominate this fight to really get the interest of a Floyd, Manny, or whoever it may be that he wants to fight, as well as to get the fight fans behind him saying, you know, this is a fight we want to see. This is a fight that must happen. He's definitely a threat to these top guys, but, you know, nothing is guaranteed really in this sport of boxing. You know, so like I said, just stop talking about other fighters and focus on Devon Alexander, the task at hand. And after you're victorious, if you're victorious Saturday night, then you can talk as much about Kell, Brook, Floyd, and Manny as you want, or whoever. But those are just my thoughts on Amir Khan, who seems to be distracted ahead of his big fight with Devon Alexander. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me, do you agree with me? Do you think he's focused? Do you think he's on upset alert? Do you think he'll win? Don't forget to like, you know, comment, subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Go to Facebook, like our Colossal Boxing Talk page. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Colossal CBT. And keep supporting us, man. Until next time I'm out. Peace.